He was just playing Tira yesterday in the Mighty Mooks thing.
Okay.
I believe he got third. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I remember he played against legit a new Siegfried player, and I think it was one of those where there was a first to 3, and he wasn't doing very well, and then eventually he went over to Cassandra, so maybe that's what his plan is going to be this time, if things don't go well, to go back to his comfort pick of Cassandra. But I believe he went down to the last game with Tira against Zefukai, so I mean, hey,
wow.
A totally different character, significantly more mid-range, significantly more worry about horizontals. We'll have to see if he has those RIs on reaction to certain monument setups. Ah, yes, Twitch predictions. I'll do that too.
Yeah, don't forget the fake money. It's really important. Right, kind of turning trade. Okay. Willing to show monument early. Try to discourage horizontals. That's a good idea from Zendo. Oh. I'm not sure if that's supposed to drop or not. Oh, there it is. Nice. Pick him up.
Yeah,
slam
bound
on
to
the
happen
wall.
at some point.
Ooh, nice back grab though.
Alright, so the first round, no stance changes, but obviously if you get the round, it's not that big of a deal. Whoa, hey.
Uh-oh. His controller decided to go haywire.
Man, right as we start the actual match, even after the button check.
Yeah.
I will check quickly with regards to the Discord to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe he feels okay. If it happens again, though, it's probably best to stop and see what's going on. But I appreciate the fact that Zendo wants to let the show go on.
Yeah. Perhaps to his peril.
Yeah, it might be.
He's kind of down a lot of health right now. Ooh, man. That's the second time he's landed a monument. Oh, drops the combo, though.
Yeah, the
That's
combos
sad.
are dropping a little bit. I wonder why.
I mean, seeing controller issues one time probably gives us a hint as
It
to
would
what
be
is
weird
actually
if it was
happening.
that specific. Oh boy, talk about a counter hit timing.
Woo.
Perhaps he tried to sidestep a little bit too late when he could have just stayed and blocked. Now you got to deal with the start of the round Gloomy. Though again, he doesn't have stance changes, so Coda probably not going to come into play, but also, obviously, if you're 2 rounds ahead, it probably doesn't matter. Got his 4A and decided not to go with the full combo. That kind of stinks.
Hey, check. Okay. Oh. Misses the 6XB.
Yeah, have to get those whip punishes.
Oh, nice dog. Oh, good punish.
Yeah, solid
Get
stuff.
that.
Okay, so he gets out of Soul Charge. This is going to do a gigantic chunk. Probably going to even it up, if not a little bit more. A little bit more.
Yeah. 2 pokes away.
Yeah, 2 4As. I guess the thing that you have to worry about is that Killick typically does not... Okay. Killick typically does not have to worry about people being able to backstep at like a pseudo-close range against them, because Killick has long-range pokes that are long enough to where you don't have to worry about that sort of thing. But that's not necessarily the case with Tira, because the backstep is just that good.
Yeah, I felt like he had most of the control in the match, too. Ridz was pretty much like, the timing that I'm setting is the one that you're reacting to. Even though Zendo got a couple good monuments overall, like especially on that last Oki turn, he literally just staggered forward and just press B, caught him up, so...
Yeah, it looks like we were dealing with a little bit of choppiness. I think he's kind of hoping that... there was also a controller DC, which unfortunately is a situation that you deal with just with regards to Soul Calibur 6 for some reason, Parsec or not. And so, you know, that's effectively where the choppiness is going to come from. So we effectively get a very similar stage. It doesn't become a ring out stage, though I doubt that we're really going to deal with ring outs from either character just in general. I'm trying to think, I guess Killick is the person who has the largest wall combos. I only know about Tira wall combos in the sense that they're mad inconsistent. Depends on like what stance you have and stuff.
Yeah, I think that in terms of Killick ring outs, the bigger things to fear are actually kind of like the small poke game at the edge, where like you have BA to kind of just like poke somebody and then they explode, right? Ooh, nice duck. Okay. Keep poking back.
Well, I was walking away.
Ooh, what? Oh, wow. Magic.
Yeah, that sidestep into B not tracking because of just how much Tira juts herself forward.
Oh, wow! Come on!
The robbery here! Oh, man, Zendo won that round, I'm gonna say 3 full times.
He really did. That was unfortunate. That's what happens when you extend your hurt box by trying to be proactive on defensive maneuvers. It just happens.
Yeah, the B is just like not tracking whatsoever.
And who led?
An immediate 2-2B, something that's important for Ridz to remember. He's not getting anything out of these clashes. I'm pretty sure you get like a BB in that situation. Well, effectively, a BB into the third B on block, because Killick's BB is the best in the game.
Yeah. Oh, he's in there. Actually,
yeah, he was in
turns
the air,
out to be good for him.
Solo tech doesn't actually connect. He doesn't get the stance change he wanted. Ooh,
Nice
a little bit ambitious there on Ridz's part. Milo's? No, okay. I forgot. He doesn't have another bar, so we can't do the double
yeah,
C
you can't
combo.
Milo's. Ooh, okay, trying to catch him with timing on a horizontal poke. Ooh, yeah.
Good to try and test that kind of thing out at the beginning of a long set like this, to see if he knows how to deal with things like 6B into nothing, 6BB, 6BK, how does he end up dealing with that sort of stuff. And it looks like Zendo knows how to duck the second part, which is a high. Yeah. Sometimes. Depending on that part of the string.
Yeah, it's actually really important to check tiras and that, because like outside of that move, there really isn't that much good in Jolly. All right, BBs. Oh, look for a helmet. Wow, retracking. You gotta be careful about that.
Ooh, very scary, but ends up getting it. All right, Ridz on his way to make this 2-0. Oh boy, what did he try to do there? GI maybe.
Oh, we got counter hit, so...
He's getting the punishes on these 3Bs. I'm kind of surprised that Ridz is still interested in continuing to try and use that as a point-blank poke.
Man.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah, the Tira sliding, her forward momentum is like saving the day here. Like, that was a situation that would have literally ended the round.
Ends up getting that lethal hit. The second that you go into Jolly from Gloomy, it's got like 2 additional lethal. Is that fast enough? It's not. No. That was minus 16. Doesn't get it. You got a soul charge. You got to use your meter.
I don't think he wants
to. Or maybe you don't.
To keep having more turns.
Maybe I'm lying. Oh, but then you had to deal with this. Oh my God, Zendo! Oh no, he's not dead. No, he delayed the reversal. That was really good, actually. That was pretty great.
Oh,
boy, howdy.
That was sweaty, dude. Wow, good stuff. I'm so glad that this is actually going to keep going on. That would have been like one of those endings that'd be like turning me like, ah, man, I want to see more for these players, but we got first to 10, so yes.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
We're gonna go hang out in the snow.
Yeah, it's only 2 games, so there's still plenty of time in order to figure things out.
Yeah, I feel like if the timing isn't as prominent as a win condition for Ridz, now it's coming down to...
So I'm looking at the Discord, and it looks like both players are talking about it potentially being a little bit choppy, which is not normally something that we expect from Parsec, obviously. So we're going to see if there's a little bit of debugging that we can do, so we might have to take just a bit of a break. I think they're forgetting that this is effectively offline, so you can just press pause and then just go back to the character select screen. But hey, you know, either way, it's a little bit of a wraparound kind of thing, but you know.
I think wisely he's not listening to commentary.
Yes, that is true.
So, you know, that's...
But yeah, if they...
We echo sentiments that fall on deaf ears.
Effectively just turning it off and turning it on again might be something that helps them out. It's something that helps me out whenever I'm trying to stream the actual server, so hopefully it'll be okay. It's a shame that this didn't come up during the button check, which is typically why I tried to... Aside from the fact that you have, like, the button check, you know, for your own buttons... I was kind of hoping to be able to figure this out, you know, deal with any potential connection issues with that sort of thing before the actual set started, but, you know, this kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. It'd be that like that a lot of times. Of course, the irony is that the second we go back to offline, people are going to be mashing the start button endlessly during, like, CEs and cutscenes and all that. So...
But yeah, overall, I mean... In the first one, it seemed like Zendo was simply warming up, and it looks like Ridz was able to take a larger amount of advantage of Zendo warming up than maybe like some other people would. And then also, the second game was incredibly close. I feel like Zendo kind of got robbed with regards to some tracking and certain punishing situations that he wasn't able to capitalize on. But it's still 2-0, so you're talking about an incredibly long amount of time that he's going to be able to try and adapt to the situation, adapt to the rhythms and the rhyme of Ridz's Tira. And he definitely has a certain level of understanding of the matchup knowledge. I'm not getting the impression that Zendo is overwhelmed with what Tira can do in this game. He's able to punish certain things. He knows some of the anti on some of the strings, and so I'm not too worried about his ability to do that. It's just going to be about trying to play the player.
Yeah, and kind of avoiding whiffing on things that have a lot of forward momentum. I think once he cleans that up, this game changes a lot, because it will probably de-incentivize Ridz for going a lot of the verticals he's been pushing, and having to transition to an even more patient game, because he's playing kind of patiently to begin with. They're willing to use the power of 4 and distance each other and like that stuff like that. But it will probably go further along, because like both of them are actually creating a lot of whiffs too. So yeah, I'm curious to see what happens when a little bit more damage gets on the table.
With regards to Ridz, you don't really have to worry about potentially adapting to anything until you're actually losing, right? You can kind of take like certain notes as the match is going on, certain proclivities that Zendo might have in terms of being a little bit too patient. But overall, you're not going to have to worry about actually full-fledged adapting to certain things until what you're doing isn't working, right? And I feel like this is something that a lot of people can kind of fall into, myself included. I'm most assuredly not dissuaded from this. Is that you end up like, okay, well, surely my opponent has figured out what I'm doing right now, so I'm just going to like start mixing it up. So why don't we just do that instead of continuing on with what's working? It's like, well, no, you can just keep doing what's working. You just, that's you don't have to change anything up and to force your opponent to try and come up with something that you have to do.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of funny. I know I fall prey to that a lot, where it's like, I need to be a step ahead of my opponent, so you start changing up your game plan, and it's just like, wait. I just gave them the time to think about what's going on, because usually in SC, it's like you can't really like alternate your move choice in terms of high, like mid-low. It's like, how much time am I going to put in between going for whatever option I'm choosing? And when you get too aggressive about doing that, like proactively, sometimes it like bites you in the face, because your opponent's like, oh, thank goodness, he's giving me a chance to breathe. Now I can actually like figure out my turn.
And then what it can end up happening in that situation is like, if you start overthinking it, right, and you start trying to mix up what you were doing before so that you don't become predictable, is that you can get sucked into your opponent's rhythm, and then it can actually take you, at least it can potentially take me, a very long time to remember like, oh right, what I was doing at the very beginning was working, so why don't I'm just going to continue with that. And by the time you remember that what you were doing at the very beginning was working, it's already kind of too late, which is one of the reasons why I like 1st to 10 exhibitions like this, where you have plenty of time to try and figure things out, because there are plenty of players who will be having a rough start in the beginning, and then slowly but surely they're able to fully grasp what the situation is going to be, and then they're able to do a lot better in a 1st 10 than you would see in like a tournament set.
Yeah. Already we saw an adjustment. He went for a horizontal that was pretty long instead of like a vertical after he created a whiff, so it's looking pretty good for Zendo's, having a lot of control in the match. Woo!
Yeah, immediately incredibly more aggressive and hitting his mark significantly more often. So let's go for the K-Slide B instead of what I thought was a guaranteed AA there after that stance B. Oh, nice round ender with the 3K. Doesn't end up working.
Almost. Get back to neutral. It's kind of anybody's game, even though we're like, oh, nice again.
Yeah, I like that.
It's so cute.
I don't actually know how good that is against Jolly Tira specifically, because 6B exists, but I mean, hey, it ended up working out.
I think in that situation, it made a lot of sense, because if you're like behind and you need to open up somebody's like defense, sometimes a low is a good choice, and he's just there, they're gonna hop over it. because you think of it's kind of like a faster jump kick since I think his normal jump kick's kind of slow.
Alright, catching Zendo being a little bit too aggressive now. Zendo was able to come up with certain spots where things were working out pretty well for him, but then once they're both in close, it seems like Tira's kind of running the gambit. I feel like that was supposed to be a soul attack. Is that supposed to be a 2-2B? I can't tell. Now I'm having a tough time understanding the direction that these players are taking their characters. I think that should do it.
Yeah, that's dead.
Just not. Whew. 3 stances, starting out in Gloomy. Typically what Tira players always want to be in, if at all possible.
Yeah, Ridz a little bit low on the guard gauge, but Zendo hasn't been able to force enough blocking right at the end there to kind of continue.
Yes, assuming he doesn't get a ring out opportunity off of the guard crush, I'm not really sure that Killick guard crush is really all that scary. Oh, fantastic punish on the 3BB, knowing that it's not just -12, it's 14.
Yeah, tracking finally going in Zendo's favor. Okay, yeah, that would have been a good situation right there if he got a guard crush off of that.
Yeah. Oh boy. Get another chance at it. 4K still not giving it to him. Ends up getting the grab anyway. Wow.
It's weird. It's like Ridz is always seeming to come back right at the end of the round. Right when you feel like Zendo has the most pressure, he loses his turn, and then Ridz just runs him over.
Yeah, an intense amount of clutch factor. Zendo just has to make sure that his patience doesn't wane. He doesn't want to make it so that it's very obvious what he's going to do. This is something that a lot of players fall into, where they end up getting too predictable when they're specifically trying to end a round, where it's like, I only need one more hit, so let me just get this hit real quick, and then we can go on to the next round. And it's like, well, continue to play the game as if you don't know what the life total of your opponent is. Oh yeah. Boy,
whoa,
shades of Soul Calibur 4.
He's just putting that 6XP all over the place.
He did just go into Jolly, so he does... Okay, never mind. Woo. Going for that 3K yet again.
Yeah, 3K seems to be the solid round ender.
Yeah. Not something that you see very often from Killer players in this game. It used to be pretty heavy in 4, and in 5.
I wonder if it has to do with the fact that it's the tech jump, but also it just looks deceptively fast.
Yeah, well that's why people use it for sure, but also people don't use it in 6 because it's like so bad even on hit with regards to frames. So it kind of makes it pointless. But as a round ender, I mean, hey, you don't have to worry about it being bad on hit if the hit's going to kill.
Yeah. Alright, kind of a interesting speed launcher right there after the first string. Oh, nice duck though.
Okay, here we go. Soul Charge versus Gloomy. Nice. Oh. Doing a lot of aggressive sides. Oh, wow, okay. I don't think Ridz was expecting to straight up die to being wrong about a roll.
Yeah.
Zendo gets his first game.
Yeah, good little patience on offense there. Catching people with, like, kind of narrow, like, timing-based 6XPs isn't something I think typically you expect. Sometimes, like, I'm not sure. I have to go look at Zendo's timing again, but I don't think he was forcing his turns that much, so... That's pretty interesting. Oh.
Yeah, that 6BB string is incredibly powerful. It's probably the biggest thing that you have in Jolly. Not a whole lot of damage, but just in terms of like timing and space control, annoying as all hell.
Yeah, it really stops you from backstepping almost completely. It's too scary to deal with. And then on top of it, it kind of makes you feel bad because like you play the guessing game. And if they do nothing, that's like probably the hardest option to deal with because you don't know when they're going to press the button the next time. Ridz has actually shown a little part of his hand already with 6B and then like 1B, which is like super frustrating because you're just like, okay, that's an option I can't really react to in a way.
Yeah, both of them kind of going tit for tat right now. The problem is that Tira, especially in Gloomy, is going to be able to do massive amounts more damage. We haven't really seen Zendo get any, that doesn't even really seem to be going for it all that much, the Monument setups, ever since Game 1 finished. Well, there I guess we just saw an attempt and it didn't work out.
Oh, nice punish!
Ooh!
Oh, that was brilliant!
I don't think Ridz was expecting to lose the whole round off of that. A little bit ambitious going for that 3A plus B.
Yeah. Well,
that's Half-Life.
It sort of makes sense for Ridz because before Zendo just blocked it. So I think he felt safe to do it a second time, but that time, you know, he has put the fear of God into Ridz right now.
Still in Soul Tag. Ooh, tried to go with the back turn K.
Oh.
Zendo's had a real tough time dealing with the Soul Charge, Jolly, 66AA string. Not that he doesn't know what's going on, he just always happens to be wrong whether or not the tier player is going to continue the string with the third soul charge portion of the string or not.
Oh. Could BBB again. I wonder if Zendo should use a low once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, 4A is obviously, like, the low that you would typically be going for. I guess he's just not particularly interested in that kind of a game plan, because it does put you minus on hit. Now, that being said, I'm definitely all about those kinds of lows, so hey.
Only because I'm noticing that he's trying to get a turn with, like, almost like he's trying to suss out timing.
Yeah.
But I think after, like, 3 turns of not being able to get success on that, sometimes you just gotta throw the low just to slow your opponent down to think about it.
Or you can go for grabs. Not really seeing that many
too.
grabs either. It's basically just been all mids.
Oof.
Yeah, it's just a war of attrition. Ends up going to Ridz there. 3-1.
I'm gonna sit right here and watch you bleed out.
We're gonna keep the stage. Alright, keeping the stage.
It's about as neutral of a stage as possible. Again, I don't really consider these characters to be strong ring-out characters, so maybe just, you know, having something that is as neutral as possible is just kind of the way to go.
Alright, he's about to count to 4. Guess he might be losing the stream.
Yeah, he might be. I always worry. Wow, what an interrupt! That was really cool. Tira can do that? I don't think I even knew I could do that. Okay.
Hey,
Well,
count. Is
ring
he out?
He is. Okay, well, when I said that the characters weren't really all that great with ring outs, I'm not talking about, like, lethal hits, so
Yeah.
I'm still not wrong. Alright? You guys don't just get off my back.
Yeah. That was really good for him because
Yeah.
the play pattern transitioned from basically BB4A, like 3 times in a row. And I think, yeah, he got those BBs because the low started coming out and started screwing with the choices made on defense just enough to where... Because he already had a good foundation of timing with his verticals. He just needed to mix it up just a little bit.
You can't just necessarily take... Wow, that still hit. You can't just necessarily take the fact that your opponent is statue blocking the whole time and just pretend like it doesn't matter. Like, the whole fact that he's statue blocking means that you should be worried about it a little bit more and try to punish it accordingly.
Yes. Ooh, nice spacing from Ridz, though, getting around that small poke.
I'll try to get that punish, not so much. Guess the step duck punish there.
Into soul attack.
Always a big fan of spending meter when your opponent doesn't have the capability to do so, but unfortunately you were wrong twice, so you're almost dead.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. Wall Rising K is pretty great, and there's not a lot of people who punish it.
It's pretty wide, too. But he also extended his hurt box with the counter hit,
Maximum
so...
wood punish there. Making use of his much bigger meter. Man, he's just not getting the timing on these 3Bs. They're killing him.
Yeah, it's. I think Ridz really knows when he wants to be. Oh god, well, you know what? You could just duck that and blow him up for it, though.
Yeah, it's true. That means he's not in Soul Charge anymore. I feel like there was some sort of a combo where he could have maintained Soul Charge and just gotten a massive amount of damage just off of a combo. But I might be wrong. Maybe like the cans or whatever.
The only reason why I think that it makes sense for Zendo to get out of that is primarily because you'll notice there's a lot of 3Bs that are hitting Zendo when he's in Soul Charge.
Yeah.
And I think it's because Ridz really knows that like Zendo wants to go aggressive when he's in Soul Charge. Oop, spin Reno. Okay.
Now he's in Gloomy. Killick with no meter to get out of this. If he's not able to... Oh, boy.
Oh,
Decides to the millisecond that it's done, he decides to get out of dodge and do the perfect walk around for a little while to get a CE whiff punish. Because Tira is so good at that. Meaty attack here. Decides not to go for it. I mean, yeah, I appreciate the attempt, Zendo, but boy, the amount of 4As that you were going to have to hit in that situation
yeah.
was going to be so big.
That was really rough because at that point, with that much of a health lead and no resources on Zendo's side, like Ridz was 100% comfortable backing off and being like, well, eventually he's going to press a button and it's probably going to be B. So like he could just kind of like almost like offensively bait out for a whip punish, and he totally did so.
So we're going to another stage that typically loads really slowly, but other than that, I really like the stage.
It's because they have to add new announcers and all the cool stuff.
About as we're getting a slurry of different, very neutral type stages. We had one all-wall stage. I guess technically we had two with the Astral Chaos, but obviously that changes a little bit. It's basically all ones that have like a variety of different kinds of walls and ring outs.
Yeah, nothing like Desert or Felix says, "Oof, that was clean, bro."
Yeah. Go for that kind of an attempt. I guess maybe that's why he's worried about going with lows. Zendo trying to do the same thing. It's not as impressive as Tears, man. I don't know what to tell you. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, he gets some of these punishes so well. I think the thing that's really getting to Zendo, and I don't blame him, is the fact that like his step ducks into wall rising B are just not catching. Kind of like what you were talking about, like the you know, the slight moving forward of Tira really screwing up the punish game from Zendo. Oh, no, you gotta do that 3K. Oh. I knew it. Of course he was gonna do that 3K, because that's what you know 100% that's what he was trying to do when Tira was going for the slide kick, because that's what won him that last game. So like, why not keep going for it?
Yeah, I just love how like that's becoming like the meme of the day. Is the round
already? 3K. Yeah. Who knows what'll happen during the next killer player?
Yeah.
Another one. I mean, man, Ridz is really good at pulling these kinds of things off. Going into soul attack to go into gloomy. Whoa, hey. Easy.
Oh!
Yeah, those 3Bs have scared Zendo so much that now he's statue blocking against an unbreakable grab.
Yeah,
that's no good.
It's really interesting because like that's what the byproduct is when you get your timing read, is that you start thinking that that range is unsafe to do anything, because like he's usually getting caught like moving forward in a lot of situations.
Right.
So getting an opportunity to just get grabbed.
Or potentially sidestepping. Yeah, it's just the power of counter hit hunting is the thing. Oh, he thought that was going to kill. Okay. Yeah. It's a good round ender. What are you going to do? It's
good.
At the very least forcing Ridz to think that he has to, in neutral, in a tight situation like that, go with something like AA, which is frankly kind of scary. Okay, so he's going to get Gloomy out of this. He's at 7 changes. This might be the first time that Coda could potentially come into play.
Yeah, actually, probably almost as inevitable, especially if Ridz wins the round.
Yeah, assuming he wins the round. Okay, yeah, you can see Zendo is playing much tighter to try to deal with those 3Bs. Unfortunately, he is blocking them now, but he's not getting a punish, which isn't necessarily the same thing as conditioning your opponent.
Nice dog.
Oh, man. That was almost a ridiculous whip punish.
Oh, but there's another one. Nice.
He's got 8, but of course this isn't going to matter unless Ridz wins the round.
Oh!
Snipe.
That was really cool, actually. He
Yeah.
went for the leap. And normally that would work, but Zendo just kind of knew the timing was coming and hits him with the 4-4-B, which is not very fast. Usually they just soar over and just call it a day.
Welcome to the stage of history.
Is that 4-2 or 4-3? That was 4-2, right?
Let's go. I don't remember. I gotta check the tape.
I think it was 4-2.
Okay, cast time. So
going to Cassandra when he's ahead in the set, interesting choice. That means that he's going to have the ability to have like a little bit of a cushion ahead of time. Yeah, okay, yeah. 4-2, that makes sense because Ridz, quote unquote, won the match that we had like when they were doing button check, and Zendo, quote unquote, won the match when there was like a connection test going on.
Yeah. Whew. So this is going to be kind of a wrench for Zendo. He's going to have to acclimate to Ridz, who's playing very, very aggressive right off the bat.
Nice punish. -12 in that situation.
Ooh, nice throw.
It gets Divine Force yet again. Ooh, getting a little bit ambitious there.
Uh-oh. Getting kind of close to the ring edge, but nice patience. Oh!
Oh! Suddenly Ridz is the one that's having a tough time dealing with the jutting forward of his opponent. Is that a tech trap? Gee whiz. Oh.
Is he dead?
Oh,
no,
man, that was
really
out? Scary. Oh, the 3K wins it again.
It worked. The unkillable move.
Oh, a little bit too delayed.
Yeah, just a little bit too slow, but see if he recovers. Nice pickup.
Man, he's got to start breaking these Divine Force grabs. You don't get it off of the neutral grab, I don't think, or off of the regular grab as opposed to the back grab.
That is very true.
All right, Soul Charge versus Soul Charge. I don't even
blend.
necessarily know if you have to go in. Okay, well, that ended up working out, but I was going to say, I don't even know if Ridz necessarily has to go in that context, because, you know, Soul Charge Killick is going to be able to do most of the work for you just by existing. You don't necessarily have to go in, but maybe he was worried about, you know, the potential initiative being okay. that was weird.
Nice delay. Giving some time to breathe, though. Turn switches around to Zendo's favor.
Nice punish. Yeah, not, you know, the AA is now neutral on hit, not, +2, so you don't necessarily have to respect it afterwards. God, that BB, doing so much work. It's like the main reason why I'm thinking about playing Killick.
It is an amazing move.
Yeah.
When they have to deal
Nice
with
stuff.
the
Oh, that's a shame, but that was a great duck. I kind of hope that, I was going to say, I kind of hope that Zendo wins the round, just because it was a fantastic duck in that situation. But important information for Ridz to have. BB can potentially be a thing, and that's a gigantic amount of damage if you can catch that duck.
Soul Charge kicks him out. Beyblade immediately. It's a classic. Oh! Wow.
Ends up not waiting for the full string.
He's like, I'll just take my turn back.
Yeah, you might as well.
Ah, guard break. What does he get off of this?
Kind of a lot. Gets out of Soul Charge, too. So, effectively, Ridz is probably going to try and Soul Charge to come back into this round. Though that's still, even with Soul Charge, it's going to be a lot of work you need to do.
He kind of needs to do... Oh, he just full neutral. Oh, nice poke, though. Okay, there we go. Beyblade. Opportunity striking plus frames. Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought the same thing that you did, where like, oh, is that it? No, he ran out of Soul Charge, so it's not technically it yet. Oh, the 3K is not your savior this time. We go for the B now. But fantastic comeback from Ridz. Series of different good moves.
Yeah, just used a lot of pressure plus on block situations, and Zendo tried to use the one panic button at the last moment, but unfortunately doesn't pan out for him.
Now, important to note, Ridz has no meter for this last round, though a meter disadvantage doesn't necessarily mean as much as it typically does. Oh, come on. Why? Why did that happen that way? Ridz halfway home.
Almost there, almost there.
Man, immediately sprinting up with the BB.
Yeah. Trying to be the aggressor this time. Kind of tired of Ridz walking all over him. Speaking of walking all over him, though, that 1K counter hit.
Oh, man.
Oh, no!
Zendo not respecting these strings. It's getting him killed. It quite literally did exactly that in the last game.
Okay, pressure shifting over. Okay, never mind. Ridz kind of getting it back. Nice throw, better break. Front escape this time. Oh. Doesn't expect the AAA.
Oh, trying to step up to that BB, still getting hit.
Oh
Man, you're not respecting these setups. It's you're eating so much damage because of it. I feel like that should have been a lethal hit, but I don't actually know about the lethal hit connection on that, I guess. I thought I did. Oh. Now he's getting real ambitious. It really seems like Zendo is significantly more lost on Cassandra than he was with Tira.
Yeah, wow.
Disrespecting stuff and getting destroyed for it. He needs to figure something out. He's also getting like caught up with Cassandra like mid-range, but like as Killick, surely that has to be the place in which you excel. Yeah, there's that duck call.
Nice. Okay, gonna cash out. Gonna do pretty reduced damage though, post RI.
Ridz doesn't do the typical thing that I do, which is GIing after Killick's Soul Charge post GI, which is definitely a mistake. Nice, okay.
Oh, gets out.
Back escape again. Ridz, I feel like, hasn't done forward grab in that situation. Yeah, just looking for that. That's not gonna kill, I don't think, because we don't have Divine Force.
Yeah, not
Soul
quite.
Charge to try and come back.
Oh, goes for the ball. Full screen neutral. Going to...
Oh! The run-up scared Zendo just a little bit too much. I think it was a little bit earlier than Zendo was expecting. So we're up 6-2.
And Ridz really smartly using the one move he probably hasn't used the entire set.
Yeah.
I saw the animation, I was like, what the hell is that? I would have got hit easy.
Interesting that once we went to the character change, we haven't changed stages.
Yeah, it's actually kind of, in some ways, I think, not working in Zendo's favor.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised.
The stage is kind of wide, but I think he would like more space.
Yeah. At least in a matchup like this, as opposed to against Tira.
Yes.
Not getting punished on that situation either. He's just a day late and a dollar short with some of these whiff punishes. There we go.
BBB.
Hey, I don't know so much.
Check.
I don't know so much about sidestepping towards the ring edge. I don't think that was the best idea in the world.
Nice GI. Wow.
Oh, tried to sidestep there. Nice duck. I think it's like the first grab from Zendo.
Oh, that does no damage. What the hell?
No, get out of there. No, wait. Okay.
What?
Not yet.
Oh,
Okay.
there it is.
I was gonna say, why is Ridz the person who's backing up? Did you not realize who had the life lead?
I think he figured out the end, or he was trying to create some weird timing.
Which is kind of unfortunate because he ended up giving himself more guard damage by going for that 2-1-4A. Nice catch. Half-life.
Oh, hop. Nice. Good step duck. Step duck into soul attack. Gonna get some pressure on. Okay, pressure reversing. Is he gonna Beyblade?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we haven't really seen Zendo go for the RI / GI on reaction to that sort of thing. So I guess in that case, you can just kind of go for Beyblade any old time.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if your opponent doesn't show that they're gonna be able to punish it, it's a good way to get in.
Oh yeah,
so
no
why
reason
not?
to stop it if it's working. Kind of what we were talking about before.
Keep backing it up a little bit. Oh, not quite getting a punish there, unfortunately. A little bit too slow. But he's got a healthy health lead, so... Oh, nice call out on the duck. He's getting his step duck timing, so that's actually really good information to know for Ridz.
Was he trying to like go into the air there? Is that why that air hit happened that way? That was weird. First time we've seen Zendo get into some sort of a rhythm ever since Cassandra came out. So it seems like Zendo is eventually able to get a grasp on what's going on. The problem is that it's taking too much time. Now it's 6-2, so what I was saying before about it being a first to 10, you don't necessarily have plenty of time anymore. You have some time. You don't have like a whole lot of it. And I'm curious to know if Ridz were to go back to Tira, if he would have to relearn Tira all over again. Oh man, the step into Monument. It's gonna be a lot.
Trying to sneak in there, kick, gets a low.
Interesting
Soul charge Beyblade again.
Here.
Yep. Oh, nice interruption. That was sick.
Trying to back up as far as humanly possible. Actually, okay. I miscounted the round, so I was like, why would he decide to spend meter when he has another round? But he doesn't. So that's why he decided not to do it, because he didn't have another round.
All right, Ridz sticking with it. I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Same stage 2. You're not
Yeah,
changing. They
you
like
know,
this.
seems like Zendo has come up with something. I just don't know if it's enough to get past this lead right now. Time will tell. Significantly more awkward now. They've played against each other enough to where they've done that thing that a lot of players do whenever they play against each other a whole lot, which is just kind of like standing there and blocking for a while because they've gotten counter hit so many times, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They just, I don't know.
Yeah, because like now you know like kind of like the zone of influence that your opponent can exact.
Right.
And especially when it comes to timing, it's just like, I don't think Cassandra's the one who could kind of force the issue, but I don't think Keelik really can.
Not really. Nowhere near as much as Cassandra can. Okay, here we go. Oh, doesn't get the tech shot. It worked the first time, didn't work the second time, but I think it was worth a try.
Yeah, I mean it's a big bet, and it's wrong until proved. I mean it's right until proven wrong kind of vibe.
Especially if it worked correctly the first time. Oh man, again not respecting those strings, and it's kind of real killing him.
Nice mark of the low.
Ridz getting all these grabs, getting all these lows, despite the fact that they're not even happening all that much. Zendo hard committing to a duck to try and get that wall rising B. It's not like an immediate wall rising B. It's like ducking for a while and then deciding to do it. Ooh. Whoa, hey, whoa, camera, okay.
Yo,
wow,
what?
Hey, calm down. That was like a 1080 by the camera.
Yeah.
It freaked me out. Nice sort of punish. Beyblade?
Okay, the one time we don't see Beyblade.
Oh, I see. He may be worried about the monument. I don't feel like he has to be all that worried about it, but, you know, hey. And it's getting half-life off of that meter advantage.
Probably not monument as much as, like, he literally got, like, single beat out of the Beyblade before.
Sure, yeah, you're right.
Nice throw. Better break, though. Oh, the timing's getting super
Yeah.
funky now.
Finally, yeah, we're going to like the BBs and grabs. Like the grabs didn't really come out until much later in the set. That's not death, right? But no,
Maybe
that's still
death.
not dead. It is okay. I didn't know that jump B was like negative scaling. My apologies. Has to do with a meter disadvantage yet again, but he has a round to work with it.
6 AA getting punished big hard too. That's actually one of the things that I noticed Ridz likes to do is up close he'll do a lot of like kind of step catchers, and sometimes his opponents will pick up on it, but he won't like kind of deviate until like a couple rounds.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah, the speed at which they're adapting is really kind of the tail of the tape at the moment. But Zendo about to potentially go on his first winning streak, I believe.
Yeah.
Assuming he wins this. Okay, yeah. A lot of awkward
Why?
stuff. Hasn't won just yet.
Oh,
What did he hit? I guess it was a soul charge activation, because I didn't see critical edge.
yeah. I guess that has the timing for that. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, in that kind of like a Oki situation, I assume that's exactly why he decided to pick the move that he picked.
Welcome to the stage of history.
Not going back to Tira, deciding to stick with Cassandra. Now we've got about as much space as humanly possible. Something tells me this is not the kind of stage that Ridz was looking for.
Yeah, he probably wanted something a little bit tighter.
Yeah. Like Geralt stage, something like that.
Yeah, that's bull boy.
So, presuming that Ridz decides to, or ends up losing, he will almost undoubtedly go to another stage yet again.
And probably, but he's doing a good job aggressing.
Yep.
Hasn't
You always
really
get
lost his turn yet.
yeah, these bouts of a fantastic amount of explosive damage. And then Zendo does stuff like this. It's weird. Just immediately backing away like, nah, you're gonna do that weird stuff and I don't like it.
Now backing off some more. Ooh, gets in the Beyblade.
Zendo sacrificing guard gauge for meter in this situation. Kind of a lost round, unless he really wants to decide and try and like do something with soul charge. Wow,
Yeah.
whip GI into duck. That was pretty incredible.
I think you can only get that off of like having a run.
Yeah.
I think he wisely just kind of waited it out, tried to
Yeah.
suss out some timing. Okay, again,
Okay. Oh, nice little micro duck, but he didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, he's been
There
so
it
good
is.
on the Wall Rising Beast. Well, speak of the devil.
Yeah,
It's right
Step
there.
Duck While Rising B has been a gigantic part of what Zendo's been doing. I would assume that's what like most killer players are going to be doing any old time. It's kind of what they
Yeah.
always do.
That's a really good move. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Always
very
has been.
fast, catches timing, good payoff.
Oh, didn't get anything out of that.
Oh, he got something
and it's
there,
gonna
though.
cost him. I think that's it, right? Yellow
Yeah,
light?
I think he's done.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that Ridz didn't get anything about that initial whip. Ended up going for like a run-up grab. Something that you see a lot of players do. You never really want to try and punish a whiff with a grab. And it's always something that seems to be the initial reaction of people, because a grab is like the only thing that somebody can still do something about. Unless, of course, it's a back grab.
Yeah, I think I guess in some ways, like, you sort of overrate like somebody's proclivity to the statue block, but I think they could just react to the step forward.
Yeah, I guess it's just the thing is that people are not necessarily all that confident in their whiff punish. Like, they'll see a whiff and just decide to go with a grab because it'll at least be an additional mix-up. I am very surprised the BB lost in that situation. That kind of stinks for Zendo.
Oh! The 6BB. Oh, nice! Getting in there, Ridz. Maintaining his pressure. Oh, he goes for the hard call out. That was really smart because there was a lot of step back and forth.
Cassandra has been waving on that yellow/red guard gauge for a long time. This is one of the benefits of playing the character.
That's true. And like
Ability
you
to
can
control
also,
your guard gauge.
yeah, like if you spend Divine Force, you get guard gauge back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, double Beyblade. Isn't that punishable without being in Soul Charge?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, it does.
Somebody in Twitch chat can tell us if we're wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be safe on all accounts.
Oof! Wow, nice 6B. Doubles it up, triples it up.
Yeah. Man, he uses this
Quadruple.
move just as much as like a Soul Calibur 4 killer player would use it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nice block. Trying to go for that 3K yet again. Ends up getting
Dangerous.
the splat. Oh, he should have teched up and did 3K again. Okay, he ends up getting it with the whiff punish, or with the block punish. A little bit too much from Ridz. It really seems like when Ridz is really feeling it when he's in Soul Charge and stuff, he's going to go for that 2-3-6-8, kind of like an uppercut you would see from like a Street Fighter game. Getting hit by that last hit of the string yet again.
Okay, Soul Charge. Beyblade or not to Beyblade? Okay, backs it up, goes for it.
Always to Beyblade. Surprised that we're not seeing Zendo like use his meter at this point. It is the last round. No reason to save it.
Oh, jeez, that thing caught that step so hard.
Ooh, that's gonna take it. Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 3-game streak so far for Zendo. He is 1 game away from tying it up.
Tira time?
Maybe?
I feel like
He's taking a bit of time, which I appreciate.
I think he's accumulated enough L's. To maybe potentially go back to the character.
I mean, he
I'm not
was
sure.
technically ahead with regards to the Tira, so I don't see why you would want to switch. It was kind of interesting that he decided to switch in the first place.
Okay, random staging. Gonna go for, like, once again, smaller pastures, hopefully.
Welcome to the stage.
Yeah, maybe he'll get like the hill stage so it can be a pasture for real, but instead he gets the longest stage you could possibly get.
Yeah.
Relatively narrow, but still.
I mean, if he could rotate around,
Yeah.
you know, you can
Both
threaten with
characters
Beyblade.
have pretty solid abilities of not ringing out off of those small walls. But I guess that's like virtually every character.
Yeah. And since Zendo's playing kind of a mid-range, like,
Whoa,
I feel like the
whoa.
back.
Whoa, okay.
All right.
What a call out.
Yeah, but he's playing kind of at the mid-range. If this game was more centric around, like, oh, I'm getting blown up by 4-4B or something like really long from Zendo, then I would be like, okay, this is really, really bad. But it's, I don't know, I feel like it's just almost like a change of scenery at this point, maybe.
Man, so many weird tracking issues during this set. It's been kind of crazy. Like, I'm surprised that didn't catch him when he was sidestepping.
Yeah, this game be like that sometimes. A lot of times. Oh, there we go. Heat-seeking missile, the Wild Rising B again. Oh, doesn't fall for the rest of the string.
Man, that guard gauge is already totally destroyed, but Cassandra does have a way of healing it, as opposed to other characters. Nice with the wall rising A, ever so slightly slow enough to get away from a GI, plus obviously catching a sidestep in a safe way. So I appreciate that. Had he gone for the wall rising K or B, probably would have gotten GI'd. Not ducking anymore.
Oh, pressure's on. Zendo playing like he's Ridz all of a sudden.
Yep.
Oh,
That's what he's been looking for the whole time. Does he get a ring out of this? He doesn't.
Not quite. But
Ridz decided to drop the punch in order to change his stage positioning. I agreed with it, but it didn't pan out.
Yeah, an interesting attempt to call out for the... He's been doing a lot of Wild Rising moves on Wake Up, and since the last turn, it was a good choice, but Zendo just held the bull in the chamber, just let it whiff. Oh, okay, changing it up, doesn't go for Beyblade.
Wow, that's still caught! Ridz was sidestepping the whole time. I don't even think that's a counter hit. I might be wrong about that. Yep, that's going to be minus 12. That's a punish. It's not going to be dead, but it's going to put him in a real bad situation. Ridz is gigantic. Wow, that was like...
my God,
you
that
breathe
was...
on her, she's gone. 3K? 3K, 3K,
3K?
3K,
3K.
3K,
3K?
3K,
Come on.
3K.
Do it!
No, you should have just done 3K.
Single
Come
me.
on, come on.
Alright.
You listened to us commentate. You should have known. We said 3K so many times that surely you would have heard it. But all right,
I wanted it.
6-6.
6-6. Oof. Evened up. I think we're gonna maybe take a mini break to
Yeah,
settle
might have
some
to test
technical
out a
issues.
little bit more of the connection, but overall we've seen some pretty solid play from both players. I'm still very curious to see why Ridz had decided to go with Cassandra when he was ahead in the set. I wonder if he's thinking about going with Tira now. I guess potentially it has to do with his frustrations with the connection, which is kind of surprising. I was under the impression Ridz had gone through Parsec stuff before, but perhaps I was wrong.
I'm gonna kill you.
Well, according to the secret, behind the stage chat, I think the reason why he switched off was that it felt a little uncomfortable because there's a little bit of instability on his end. I've experienced this myself, actually. Like, there are some components of Parsec that are kind of funky. Where it feels laggy, even though your ping to the server is fine and your settings are correct. And yeah,
apparently we're dealing with frame drops. The actual connection to the server, Ritz's connection to said server is actually better than mine by a significant margin, so it can't be that, but there's some other extraneous situations that might be frustrating him, which is potentially why he decided to go with Cassandra, where maybe that kind of thing wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, because usually you're able to keep your turn more aggressively. You don't have to play as defensively. Because like I think, especially with punishes and trying to figure out your opponent's timing, frame drops are more disruptive to that than say like running your offense normally.
Oh, first time we've had a major ring out stage.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't include the bridge as a major ring out stage.
Yeah, I think it's for certain characters.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Not in this case.
I like trying to go back to the middle of the stage, utilizing the fantastic movement. Definitely Tira's strongest tool. 6B, 6B, full crouch 3A, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I think it just to the credit of 6B, I think having a string that is a little bit harder to deal with is actually to Ridz's benefit. Even though it's slower in animation, there is a lot more ambiguity to 6B, whereas we saw a lot of like BK, like Twitch duck punishes from Zendo earlier, and I think it's because just like the pure immediacy of like BK, like you see the B, you can duck, right?
Man, those wall rising Bs not working out have been a major frustration. Fantastic jump B yet again.
Okay, soul charge, pressure is on. You're gonna use it to back off to switch to Gloomy so
Immediately
we can
gets
have a lot more.
pretty solid.
Oh, we tried to RE that. He's gonna explode.
Even if he didn't get this amount of damage, it was still probably a pretty cool idea because, frankly, if you're around ahead, like he was, using a soul charge just to get more stance changes might actually be worth it.
Yeah. Okay, trying to shuffle up his timing a little bit with that guard cancel. He tried to throw poor man. That's actually kind of the frustrating thing about playing a sort of a close to mid range Keelik is that.
Jesus Christ!
Oh wow!
Over and over again with that. Immediately backing up makes sense.
He's
Letting
zoning
the
him out.
Keelik soul charge degrade his life just as it is.
Yeah, just press full. Why not? You don't have to aggress at all. You're basically getting like an A like every 2 seconds.
Man, immediately we're having a good... See, this is kind of what I was talking about initially, is that, you know, it seems like Zendo takes a while to warm back up to the different characters that are being played, and so potentially Ridz could even, like, go to Cassandra again later on in this set and potentially get just another one.
Yeah, that's true. You could do it like last round and be like, okay, well, you have to hold this again.
Yeah, exactly.
And frankly, as long as he does things that are mid killers or like crouch killers, then he'll probably be fine. Oh, there.
Ooh, man, Zendo ended up sidestepping towards the wall. I don't know so much.
But statue blocking. So not as dangerous as originally predicted. Nice, gets a little punish right there.
Nice block. Doesn't get anything out of it though. Some of these ducks that Zendo has had have been pretty fantastic. Fantastic timing. Catching the duck on there too.
Oh, kabong. So he's switching back. Okay, he's in Gloomy. Is he gonna fish for... Okay, doesn't go for the... what I would call the vanity lethal hit, where if you lose a round and you're Gloomy, you can get a lethal hit off of a vertical. Oop. But he's already at half health. Oof.
Yeah, Tira, especially in Gloomy, it's very, very hard.
Yeah,
well, basically
like 2
only in
turns.
Gloomy.
Oh, nice GI.
Still having a level of success. Of course, this doesn't hit anywhere near as hard. It does give him a soul attack, though. Ooh,
Oh,
into the wall. Punish? Nice punish. Fantastic punish.
Wow.
Typically, it is more than minus 12, I believe, but obviously if the 12 is the one that's going to kill, that's the way to go.
Kind of tracking a little bit there. 4K. Trying to make sure Oki feels a little bit more impressive. Because like it's safe on block, so there's almost no risk associated with doing it.
Counter hit timing on these 3Bs have really been a big stickler for Zendo.
Soul attack. Here we go. Near the wall. Don't have much to run. 6XP. Double it up.
Just immediately running away. Makes sense. Oh, nice punish again. Gonna put himself in Jolly, though, so now he has work to do. That'll work, yeah. I was gonna say, he might have to worry about it being in the air, but I forgot that that CE does not have to worry about that.
Yeah, not at all. Just takes him out of the sky and slams her down. Then gets a migraine immediately after.
Yep. I mean, I probably would too if I went that high up into the air and then fell back down to the ground.
That's true, especially if my stick became a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Small
playing
poking.
overall small caliber. Just overall, just playing constantly small because Gloomy Tira, not exactly the most impressive mix-ups, just fantastic damage off of a lot of space control type moves. So if you can pull off the same kind of thing, but with slightly faster things, you might be able to mitigate any kind of big boon that that Tira can get in that situation. Ah.
Oh, something.
Oh.
Oh! I like
Alright,
it.
So now you're in Jolly again, and you just ran out of Soul Charge. I think you have just enough time to do it. Yep.
Yeah, he's back in. And he's a Coda, too.
I think Zendo should have been able to figure that out. He had just enough Soul Charge left to do one of his moves. So, first time we've seen Coda so far this set, I think. Immediately out of Coda.
It's fine. You get cashed out with basically a CS right there, so why not?
Oh, the block was so good, it didn't even need to happen. The game was so like, well, you did that so well right there that I'm just going to give it to you. You don't even have to deal with the block stun or pushback.
That's pretty godlike.
Yeah. That's a perfect guard if I ever saw it.
Yeah. That's like actually a new mechanic. You block, like perfect guard, where your opponent just whips through you.
Immediately tries to taunt to try and get into Coda. It really kind of stinks that he has... Okay, there we go. Now he's in Coda.
Watch out for the... Okay.
Solid amount of damage. That's going to be it. Right? I'm not lying? Yeah.
Yeah, he donezo.
Man, he just bided his time the whole time.
It's kind of becoming a pattern here where every time Ridz kind of gets a knockdown, he'll get a follow-up like immediately after.
Right.
Almost every time. Especially when you feel like he has momentum.
I like the fact that Ridz is taking advantage of... One of the things that I think we saw during the beginning of this set was that Zendo was disrespecting a lot of strings and really getting beat up for it, right? So the Gloomy Soul Charge 3BB, or / Coda 3BB, is both of them are unsafe. Like, either if it just does 3B or 3BB, they're both unsafe, and it seems like Zendo's the kind of guy who would try to punish initial 3B, wouldn't just allow that to happen, and that's what Ridz, I think, was trying to take advantage of.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, and I think, especially with the way Keelik doesn't have really strong tools to just, like, almost, like, get out of jail free with, like, fast buttons, like, it sort of almost conditions you as a player overall to play that proactively. But yeah, you're right. Sometimes you gotta just hold it out, just play pure defense, and then wait for the second part of the string to get your guarantee punish. Or you could just win.
I think that was supposed to be a jump B, kind of an ambitious attempt at beating out a 4A, but it's had success in the past, so I guess I can't entirely be surprised he tried to do it.
Yeah, this is, if anything, good adaptation on Zendo's offense to transition into a mid instead. Staggered offense again. Okay, gonna use the low to crack open the timing a little bit. Stays out there. Doesn't try to aggress too much. Ridz doing a good job reacting to the zone of influence that Zendo typically pushes forward.
Yeah, always going to neutral in these kinds of situations, especially when he has like a big stage like this.
Oh, gets caught statue blocking a little bit, but
yeah,
it's
doesn't
okay.
want to deal with Zendo's counter hit timing with when it comes to B being grabbed, because even though that's not a lot of damage, just the overall conditioning is getting a little bit high. 2-2A on block into 4K as if he was completing the combo anyway. Yeah, Zendo immediately recognizing that to be a situation. Is that in time? I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not.
Not quite. Little punish there. Here we go.
I love the soul attack as a punish. It looks like it's not going to work. Yeah, but I love the soul attack as a punish because he couldn't CE punish it. And doing a regular combo, he was probably going to be done before, like, the timeout was going to happen.
That's true, that's true. Oh, God bless you.
Oh, I muted my mic so nobody knew. Now everybody knows I sneezed. God damn it. Ends up getting a wall combo, then ends up screwing himself up, but he gets the block.
But he gets the punish. Woo!
4 changes, Coda probably not going to come into play. But he does have bar, which he does not use there. Whoa, okay.
He's getting these timings. Tries to go with the tech trap. Doesn't pay off this time.
Yeah, that was the third time that he's gone for it. The first time it worked out. Other 2 times, not so much.
Yeah, I think he actually managed to sneak it earlier in the set this round. So it's almost funny because it's going back and forth between the two options. Spinning in.
Good punish.
Nice movement denial. Ridz. Oh, really good call out right there. Just not being afraid to continue. Because like if you let her go back in the air, you kind of have to still hold your turn. Oh,
Right.
what the hell?
Wow, he tried to monument a break attack, huh? I don't know so much. Oh, in Gloomy now. Dead to one hit. Could have been that one.
Okay,
Immediately walking away. Yeah, makes sense. Makes Zendo forced to put... Yeah. Effectively just utilizing the significantly stronger movement that the character has to create a situation where Zendo feels like he has to press the initiative, but also doesn't want to do it too recklessly, which effectively in turn allows Ridz to take back his turn, despite not actually doing anything.
Yeah, that was a really good tech by Ridz right there. That was probably death if he got picked up by that Dance.
Trying to do it again, back away, it ends up getting clipped. Okay. Gloomy Soul Charge.
Pillars. I was thinking he was gonna pillars right there. Because
Yeah,
it's
no
a weird
pillars
strategy,
so far.
but sometimes it works. Like you projectile somebody after they do their own soul charge because they think it's their turn. Oh my god, nice. That's a hard combo.
Yellow Life. I mean, obviously it wasn't going to kill, but something tells me this is going to scale pretty gigantically. No, nowhere near as much as
Not
I
bad.
thought.
It's pretty good.
But back in Gloomy. Oh, he's dead. These 3Bs, dude. And it's not like Zendo isn't punishing them, it's just that the punish is obviously so much weaker than the combo itself that it really makes it tough. So that's going to be 9-6. Ridz 1 game away from finishing this up. Zendo not totally out of it. He still but he does have a good amount of work that he has to do. Ends up randoming the same stage.
Yeah, you know, to Ridz's credit right there, I think that was a really, really good call-up because the timing right there was perfect for a step duck. So choosing a mid at that specific range to catch, like, potentially a spacing while rising B is pretty much the play.
Man, just 100% statue blocking. Getting that duck again. Basically, anytime that you give Zendo the opportunity to duck something, he will. Ooh, la-di-da!
Let's go.
Look at Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
Oh my god!
Duck. Yeah, basically in that situation, the only thing that Gloomy Tear is going to have... I say the only thing as if it's bad, but he has 3A to try and catch in that situation, which he may have not necessarily wanted to do.
Yeah, Zendo on the warpath right now. He gets caught. BB getting close. Nice punish. I think it's like -12 or so. Ooh.
Nice. Wow, out of nowhere, suddenly we're getting a ton of monument hits.
Yeah.
Oh no. In Gloomy. In Jolly. Tries to go... Nice. -12. Yeah, got a little bit too ambitious to try and go for that lethal hit. I don't think it would have killed had he gotten it, but it would have been pretty close. But it is unsafe. If anything, I feel like going for the 6-6B lethal hit would have been the way to go. So that's not unsafe.
It kind of makes sense in the sense that like the timing was really weird and nobody expects something like that. But yeah, in terms of risk reward, kind of bad. All right, chopping him through. Okay, go. It's the low.
Me again.
Catching a step.
Sometimes he gets on these scenarios where it's just like, yeah, the second that Ridz starts backing up, he realizes how much damage Zendo took during that exchange.
Yeah, it doesn't have to continue his offense.
Out of nowhere with these. Nice punish. One hit away. Never mind. I forgot he's Jolly, so he's like 15 hits away. Perish.
Ooh.
No meter to really kind of enforce any sort of comeback. Okay, here we go. Never mind.
Alright, 6 mood changes. Pretty okay spot.
Yeah, overall, I would say that's fine.
Okay, back in and off. Go back to neutral C. Oh, catches him with a kind of a slow mitter. That does it again.
Yeah.
Timing genius right here. Now aggression. Great soul charge though.
It's one of the reasons why Ridz has been walking away to such an incredible degree. Dead to one hit. Not that hit, though. Oh, a hop. I don't think that's what he wanted.
I think he wanted like AB.
Yeah, something like that. 3K. Yeah.
Hey!
I knew it. All right, Zendo's still in here.
All right.
9-7. Zendo can still make this comeback. The problem is that I feel like were this to get even closer than it is now, Ridz would have the ability to last game go to Cassandra, and then I think he would have a big boon because anytime he switched characters, it takes Zendo a while to get used to what he's doing.
Yeah, and especially now, like Zendo, looks like he just has all the momentum in the world.
Getting all of those monument hits, pretty scary.
Yeah. He's probably feeling himself a little bit right now. But just as I say that, Ridz is getting control of the match.
Yeah. Of course, he's only in Jolly, so he can only do this for so long before Killick potentially gets a lethal hit or something and gets significantly more damage. Doesn't get anything off of that duck. It was a non-committal duck. Oh, no. Are you dead?
He's
you're
not quite dead yet, but he's close.
Scary stuff. Is that
what,
really
9K? What?
Oh man, very tight. But yeah, during the last patch, they kind of made it so that you are not incentivized to re-GI Killick virtually at all, because the amount of damage that you get if you just eat the lethal hit where you don't re-GI is so low versus what happens if you do re-GI. Boy howdy.
Trying to walk around, get some robbery factor here, but
he ended up getting a good amount of stance changes, but I'm pretty sure he would want to get an attempt at the round instead.
Yeah, I think he wanted the W.
Yeah. Nice. That's going to be
there we
half
go.
life.
Yeah, goodbye, half of your health. Round lost lethal hit, always solid.
Oh man!
Wow.
How did that 3B hit? That was 2 hits. He's been hit twice, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like Nightmare right now. Oh!
So this is a pretty scary situation. You are dead to a CE whiff punish. Tira gets more opportunities for a CE whiff punish than virtually any other character in the game due to that movement. But maybe it's not going to matter.
Zendo is running a trick. Oh.
Sure. Tried for it. Ooh. Decides to immediately go for a soul charge instead. Very curious as he doesn't get those AA punishes. Ends up trying to do soul charge stuff instead.
It's really tense. Oh my god, I can't believe that hit. Ah!
Man, these game kicks. Everybody's whiffing everywhere. Oh, man. He got a gloomy chain, so maybe that can be a little feather in his cap, but boy howdy.
Oh man, that was scary.
Zendo has to be worried about that 6B lethal hit. I think it's over now, yeah. Oh man, these 3Bs. Nice hit.
Ouch, my god. Jeez.
Yeah,
so much.
Gloomy is very, very scary. Zendo was able to get out of this situation before. Looks like he has a Gar Crush potentially at his disposal as well. Now he's in Jolly. This might be it.
That's it.
Is Zendo bringing this back?
Yeah, it looks like
9
he's
to 8.
8 on the board.
8-way May ride in a sleigh. Thanks very much for the $5 donation. That's going to ensure that we don't have to pay too much, or that's going to recover the cost of the Parsec server, which I appreciate.
Yeah, thanks so much, man. Okay,
6B, once again. Getting good damage there, getting good pressure, but it just doesn't necessarily do enough to potentially condition Zendo.
Yeah, because, like, you know, it's kind of one string. The rest of the tools are kind of, like, not super good, so... It's up to, like, that and small caliber.
Did you see that he effectively perfect guarded all 3 of those hits of the BBB? I like that.
Nice call. Nice catch, actually. I didn't see it.
I like that. Well, I heard it. It was like a tink, tink, tink.
Alas, I hear nothing.
I'm used to Soul Calibur 5 Just Guard audio, so it sounds very similar to me.
That's true, it's true. Oop, nice poke.
Killick has no meter to... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Killick doesn't really have any meter to try and force a comeback, and he doesn't do as much damage as one would hope in that situation.
Yeah, the AB was almost spectacular, but unfortunately couldn't capitalize off of it. Ridz was continuing to stay in scramble mode and just punched him out of it.
Yeah, just AAing him to death, really. Getting a bit of a punish on the 3B, ducking the 4K. Once again, I love using meter when your opponent doesn't have any to, like, do it back to you.
Yeah.
And
oh, nice throw.
Okay, but he does have to deal with a meter disadvantage now. So Ridz is going to be able to do the same thing now that Zendo just did to him here.
Yeah.
Ooh. I wonder if these are supposed to be 2-2-Bs. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's like he's buffering like 8-8 or something.
Unless there's like some sort of like property to that move that I'm unaware of.
Ooh,
oh, was that it?
Punish?
Yeah, nice. Gets into Gloomy. It's basically the main and only reason why you do that.
Yeah. Pretty much. Much more offensive.
Oh, 3B on Whiff and a 3B. Jeez, the amount of damage that you take for those situations.
Yeah. No, 3B is a monster move. It's been... Oh, nice catch. Finally landing that.
Yeah, even though it hasn't been working out all that much and he's been getting hit by Wall Rising B, again, the amount of damage that Ridz is going to be able to catch in that situation is going to be so much. And it's important to note, Ridz is now on set point.
Yeah, it's true.
Once
Zendo
again,
gonna spend meter, though.
Meter when the opponent doesn't have it. Oh, no!
Ooh!
God, those 3Bs. You got to be worried about him. Or
Okay,
do you?
finally. Goes for the Beyblade to get some plus frames.
Heals up. Like it. No, don't give him stance changes, okay.
Oh!
Actually, I guess stance changes really don't matter at this point. It would be important for him not to be in Gloomy, but also, you're not going to deal with Coda. Like, that's not a thing that's happening in this last round. Is Zendo going to be able to overcome this meter disadvantage?
I mean, he's about to get a meter. Like I said, the thing is, like, once I think there's diminishing returns. Oh my god, that was so sick. Are you kidding me? But yeah, diminishing returns on having 2 sticks of butter with Pila, because your soul charges the whole round, right? So
yeah,
he could just wait till.
He stole the bar! Oh, that's such a big deal. Oh, but that's a big deal too. He's dead to effectively a mix or a grab. Nice punish.
Flux.
It's in Jolly. See, oh man, Zendo.
Dang.
9-9. Now is tied. Obviously for the closest set we've had on War of the Roses so far.
This is awesome.
Welcome to the stage
Boy, oh
of
boy.
Oh my god.
Going back to
9-9.
Cassandra, this is kind of what I was talking about.
Oh,
And
he's
he
gonna
has
do
this
it.
in the back. No, this makes sense, right? Because Zendo takes a while to remember what he's trying to do. He had a tough time remembering what Cassandra did during the initial change to Cassandra, and then had a tough time understanding what Tira was doing initially. This definitely makes sense to me. It could backfire, depending on Ridz's confidence. We're going back to the stage that this whole set started on.
Yeah, here we go. I feel like this is okay. BBB is coming out good, but yeah, like, oh my god, he can't get a horizontal.
So this is the thing. Anytime you end up changing characters at a very pivotal moment, the millisecond it doesn't start working, there's a very big chance that he ends up regretting it intensely, and then that can potentially affect his gameplay later. Doesn't look like that's happening though, because he's getting his step ducks.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because all the culmination of what they've been learning about each other has been coming through. Oh, is that out?
I think
Yeah,
it
he's
is.
dead.
No, he's just dead, isn't he? Because this apparently...
No, he's
it's
not!
not. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, God. But okay.
Oh.
No more walls.
Oh,
So
calculated.
it's just going to be ring out stuff. Though
Okay, here we
neither
go.
of these characters are really known for their ring outs.
Yeah, Ridz already starting to condition with BP. He doesn't want to have to deal with a duck situation. Oh, it gets kind of tiny punish there.
Yeah. Teeny tiny. Ooh.
Oh, okay, hey, 6-8.
Was that like a 4B or something like that? That was crazy. What is he trying to do there? I think it's supposed to be a 3-3K, and he's getting, like, something else.
Super weird. Okay, gets the ground. Harassing with low soul charge. Beyblade first. Is he going to monument? Okay. Oh, he goes for the bomb. Good choice.
Oh, man. He's getting so many of these monuments. Goes in the soul attack. I like it. Catching the sidestep there. Oh, wow. He tried for it so many times, it actually comes out that time.
Wow, good call out against the 1K.
Immediate soul charge when the opponent doesn't have any meter to go back on it. But that monument, you don't need the meter.
Let's go, Zendo. On match point, he has all the momentum in the world. He's going to get a perfect to end the set. Oh, no, he's not. 1KP.
Man, what an incredible comeback, assuming Zendo actually pulls this off.
Yeah. He's still got a chip to the fencing. Okay, nice throw.
Divine
Gets
Force
Divine
yet again.
Force.
Oh, remember how Zendo wasn't breaking those grabs before? That might become a big deal. Oh man, dead to a BB at this point. No, actually, I might be wrong about that. The chip damage. The plus frames.
He's chipping himself.
That's the grab.
Oh, does that put him in range? Okay, doesn't quite.
Nice.
Oh!
And that's gonna take it. Zendo pulling off a very impressive comeback. And ends up taking the whole thing. Congrats to Zendo. Making sure that his overall adaptation to the second time Cassandra was coming out was fantastic. Yes, great set all around.